Hey everybody, this is Shane. I have another toy review. This time it's the Jada Toys UNSC Hornet. This is the Halo 3 style Hornet. This is the AV-14. Now, this vehicle does come with two figures. First off is the Halo 3 style ODST. Hold on a sec. There we go. Now, as you can see, he's got a BR-55 battle rifle. As I said, this is the Halo 3 Hornet, so it's going to have a Halo 3 style ODST. Now, again, he's very nicely detailed. He does have like a little bit of articulation. His battle rifle is affixed to his hand, but he can bend his arm up and down a tiny bit. What stops his arm from fully going up is his shoulder armor right here. But his arm does spin a full 360 degrees. He's got that both of his arms. His head does look a little to the left and right. Now, as far as his leg articulation goes, you can bend it back and forth. He does bend at the knee a little bit. He does rotate at the knee. He's got that both of his legs. And he does have a little bit of waist movement. But I mean, that's it for the ODST right there. Now, the other figure is the one that actually pilots the Hornet. And that's the Marine pilot. Now, he's got very similar articulation to the ODST. Only difference is that, as you can see, he's done up as a Marine pilot. That's really about the only real difference between the two. Also, his arms actually do bend out a little more. I've actually found his legs be easier to pose. But again, his main intention for this set is really as the pilot of the vehicle itself. Now, something I am going to point out about the Hornet itself is the canopy right here. As you can see, it's curved, it's bent. Now, they don't tell you that any shape, form, or fashion. I mean, even when you open it, there's not a piece of paper saying, just so you know, this piece is curved, so work with it for a moment, and you'll be able to get the canopy open. Because I actually tried forcing this at first. And as you can see, I actually have a stress mark right there. So I'm actually being like real careful with this now. But as for the Hornet itself, the greater majority of it is die-cast. This is actually fairly heavy. This is probably about 2.5 pounds. I'm going to say this is about 2.5 pounds. But the vast majority of it is die-cast. There is a fair bit of plastic in this, but for the majority of it, it's die-cast metal. It's very nicely detailed. It's got the twin heavy machine guns right here. Right down here, it's actually got the spot for the missile launchers. It's got the center skid. It's actually got enough space rather right here for another figure. It's very nicely detailed. It's got a few UNSC markings. It's got one right here. And of course, it's got UNSC on the tail. And of course, it's got a few other little markings towards the very front of it. But this is the most expensive of the Jada sets that I've come across. And this retails for about $29.99, which, in my opinion, is really not too horrible, especially for what you're getting. Now, if you like the Hornet, this is actually a really nice one to get, because the only other actual Hornet that has been released was by Metablox. The only ones I can think of off the top of my head was the very first release, which, I'll be frank, sucked. And the other one that I can recall was a red Hornet that was a Target exclusive. And I wouldn't have minded getting that one. But as far as detail goes, as far as realism goes, I mean, you're not going to get much better than this. The only way you're going to beat this, in my opinion, is if you made like a full-scale Hornet. But overall, very nicely detailed. It's the only one in the Jada line that is not Halo 4. It's not intended for the actual Halo 4 line, but it's nicely detailed. You get 2 human figures, an ODST, and a pilot. For its size, it's actually not horribly overpriced in my opinion, but overall, dead solid. Great diecast vehicle, nice little replica of the Hornet. If you can find it, get it. But that's just my take on the Jada Toys UNSC Hornet. You have a good day.